Travis, we're live on a Sunday morning. It's Sunday morning.
So live, you don't even know what day it is.
I know, dude. It's wild. But it's like Christmas morning this morning and waking up because we have another day of football. And it was funny. I was telling my wife before this that God, or the reason that we have football, or us having football on Sunday, is the reason we know that God loves us. So, just want to shout out to that because it's true.
Sure.
How are you doing, man?
I'm great. It's another Sunday morning. We got some big news rolling out here. Just a couple items. I'll start rattling through them. Michael Thomas had an MRI. Revealed a grade 1 hamstring strain, Johnny. That means he's maybe going to miss even week 8 next week. We have Joe Mixon, his week-to-week, and could even miss next week. So hopefully you picked up Giovanni Bernard if you're starting him this week. I don't know if it's a great matchup, but he should be the bell cow at least, and it should be a high-scoring game. So he could fall in and reward you there. We got Aaron Jones officially inactive for that Green Bay-Houston game. Also, David Bakhtiari. That's not exactly fantasy relevant, but it does have an impact. So be monitoring that. The All-Pro tackle is inactive for the Packers there.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Le'Veon Bell expected to make his debut today in Week 7, but as we've heard this week, probably doesn't know the playbook as well as they'd like right now. I mean, I don't think that's on him. It's just, takes a minute to get acclimated to the playbook. And this one's a big one for you, Johnny. NFL Network's Ian Rappaport reports that the Lions running back Deandre Swift will have an expanded role within the Lions offense in Week 7. I mean, I don't think this is too much of a surprise. If you guys follow us on Patreon, or if you have any of the audio podcast apps and you listen to us there, we talked about this Detroit-Atlanta game, Johnny. We talked about how Atlanta actually giving up like the 6th fewest rushing yards, but giving up a monster amount of receiving yards to running backs. And we know that's DeAndre Swift's role, at least in this offense. Then you give him more of an expanded role as a rusher, and we saw last week what that can do. Pretty excited.
They're giving up on average seven receptions to the running back position. So, yeah, I definitely like, and it's about time because, they already know what they have in AP. We've seen that story many times again. They need to figure out what they exactly have in DeAndre Swift, how good he is, if they need to get a complimentary piece to him or not. So I do think that moving forward, he will continue to expand his role. Very excited. I am a huge fan of DeAndre Swift, so excited to see that and hear that.
All right. Well, we've already got some questions rolling in.
Yeah, we got good mornings.
So we got Zachary, we got Justin, Brett, Go Crazy TV, all in here in the chat. So thank you guys for joining, of course. If you guys can hit that like button. We got 8 of you watching so far, 5 likes. Let's get those likes up, but let's start digging into this. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and get us with a subscribe if you can, because we are putting out content every single day, including these every single week. We're going live helping you with your lineup questions. So, Johnny, first question I'll pitch to you here. Zachary Coleman says, is A.J. Dillon a better dice roll over AP? He's got a horrible bye week and injury-riddled team.
I don't like the matchup for A.J. Well, actually, they both have really good matchups.
I actually don't like the matchup for AP. And that's because we said, like, when you go after Atlanta on the ground, you do it as a running back through the air, not as a pure rusher.
Right. I do think, though, that there's a
chance he gets in for a touchdown.
I do think that there is a chance he gets in for a touchdown because don't think that they fully conceded that over to Swift yet. But I do like what you're saying here. And A.J. Dillon, I do expect him to get, people have been DMing me saying, what do you expect A.J. Dillon to get today? And, I'm no big Travie and following, and the Packers. But I do believe that they will try to get him 8 to 12 touches in this game. So, yeah, I think that he does have a great matchup as well. So, I don't think it's a horrible dice roll at all. I do think it would be a little bit slightly better, I think, because of the matchup.
Justin Young says, "What up?" Brett Johnson says,
What's
"Good morning.
up?
Good morning. What up?" Go Crazy TV says, "T. Higgins or C.D. Lamb?"
I'm going T. Higgins today.
Yeah, this is tough. I do like T. Higgins, but I do think C.D. Lamb got good volume last week, and that's not a terrible matchup either. But I would actually lean T. Higgins. I think C.D. Lamb's going to see a lot of the slot corner over there for Washington, who's not too bad. Brett Johnson says, "What does Aaron Rodgers' bounce back look like this week?" Let me put my thinking cap on. I think he's going to go for...
Ask the 9 ball. Ask the Magic or the Magic 8 ball.
Well, it's a yes or no question. We know he's going to bounce back.
Yeah.
So I'd say 290 yards and 3 touchdowns. 2 are going to be to Davante Adams, and 1 will be to MVS.
All right.
I like MVS this week.
All right.
Zachary Coleman, smash that like and subscribe. Thank you very much, Zach. We appreciate that. Go Crazy TV follows up with Robbie Anderson or CeeDee Lamb. I'm playing Robbie Anderson.
Yeah.
I like Robbie. Volume's good. Teddy's been decent. This is actually a pretty good matchup for Teddy and the Panthers as far as through the air. New Orleans was supposed to be really good on defense this year, and they just kind of have underperformed. So I'd be okay with Robbie Anderson here.
Yeah.
Johnny Justin Young says, J-Rob, Gibson, Swift, DJ, Monty, or Williams in a standard league. I need to start 3 here. Ooh, that's some good backs here.
Yeah, I got some. Okay, so.
Well, I think you're starting David Johnson.
I think you're gonna start David Johnson. I think you're gonna start James Robinson.
I don't know. I actually think Robinson up against the Chargers here, Johnny, as 8-point underdogs.
Do you think he gets more involved in the passing game today?
Chris Thompson was put on the COVID list. I understand that. I mean, he's been pretty involved. But the thing is like he goes down from 40% usage when they have a lead or they're within 1 score, and then when they're not, it drops down to 20. So I actually I would go DJ.
I think Swift and Monty are the 3 that I'm going to go.
Yeah, Williams is tempting here too.
Yeah. Dang, those are good.
Because the Rams are also 6-point favorites here. So I actually think I would go Jamal Williams, DeAndre Swift, and David Johnson. I think the game script, the over-unders, the matchups are all in good place for those. And so I think all those things line up. I think that would be my 3. Let's see. Adam Young says, pick one, Gibson, Williams, or Bernard. This is you, Johnny. Sorry, I kind of hijacked your question.
Sorry, what was it?
It is pick one, Gibson, Williams, Bernard.
And where'd you go with? I'll see if I agree with you.
No. I didn't answer this one. This one's you.
Oh, got it.
I was just saying I took your last question.
Oh, got it. Okay. I'm gonna go for this one. Give me Williams. Listen, I understand Giovanni Bernard is going to be getting the bulk of the carries there as well with Joe Mixon out, and that is nice, but he has a much more difficult matchup than, going up against Cleveland's defensive front than you do with Williams going against Houston. I really like that matchup for Jamal Williams, and so I would play him. I would play him over the other 2 this week. I just like the matchups.
Darren Hopkins says Jamal Williams or Robbie Anderson at the flex, full point PPR. Ooh.
I'm going to go I would go Jamal on this one, I think, still, because Robbie Anderson, in theory, should pull a pretty difficult matchup today against the Saints. But it is a revenge game. But I would go with the matchup here. I'd go with Jamal Williams.
Honey, I'm going to look something up. Will you ask the next question?
Yeah, for sure. Oh, it's a full PPR as well, Travis, so that does kind of make it a little bit interesting, but I do think Jamal Williams will get an increase in passing down work as well. So I do think that kind at least for me, solidifies going Jamal Williams over Robbie Anderson. But I know Travis is looking into that. So we'll ask Brett Johnson's question here. With all the offensive weapons out, does Alvin Kamara score more or less than 20 fantasy points? I'm going to go over, and I think it's
especially in PPR.
Yeah. I think it's
yeah, no, I would agree with that. I think Kamara is going to be pretty much the offense for it. It's going to be the New Orleans Kamaras this week.
Yeah. Go crazy.
Todd Gurley or Deandre Swift. I think you got to go Gurley here. And I know that Swift's the nice upside play and that he's got a good matchup. But Gurley's been consistent, been an RB1, gotten the looks, and this is another good matchup for Todd Gurley here this week.
Yeah, going up against Charles Detroit, Herbert, who gives up the second most fantasy points to running back. So
Charles Herbert says Jonnu or Tanyan at tight end, both with ankle issues. Steelers D tough, but no Devin Bush. I actually think I am going to go with Jonnu still here. I love Tanyan, and I think that he is good and doing big things. He's kind of lived off touchdowns, though, and he's never had over 5 targets in a game, whereas Jonnu's had consistently he's never had over 6 targets, and that was in one game. And then Jonnu's consistently had 7 targets over his breakout season so far. And if he's getting in full practices, I think that he is the guy that we want back in the lineup. So, Johnny, Justin Young says, would you all start Jacobs, McKinnon, Bernard, J-Rob, or Williams in PPR? Need 3 running backs. Let's see. In PPR,
I think in PPR, go ahead. Go ahead, Travis.
Well, Jeff Wilson's going to be activated now. I saw that this morning. Kind of concerns me about McKinnon. Also, Hasty getting in some work last week.
They're saying McKinnon is starting.
Yeah, I'm sure he is going to start. I'm wondering, though, how they're going to mix that in, because Shanahan did say he liked Hasty.
Yeah.
I think I would roll with Bernard for sure.
I think
Williams is the next guy. We've been talking about him and getting worked in the passing game. Should get similar usage that Aaron Jones gets in the passing game. And then it's just really between Jacobs, McKinnon, and J-Rob if you had to start one of those. And honestly, with the news this morning that all of the linemen except for Trent Brown will be back for the Raiders, they're all activated, I think I would roll with Jacobs.
Yeah, I think so.
This is a decent over-under. I think that's how you're going to be able to get going against Tampa Bay is through the air, and I think Jacobs gets worked in the passing game a little bit more here.
Mm-hmm.
So
that is a very difficult.
Yeah, that one's tough group of backs.
It's so hard to sit Jacobs in this situation, and I don't fault you for giving or saying that. Yeah,
well, it's not even just the line issue. If there was the line issue, right? We talked about this on the Friday live. Tampa Bay only allowing a rusher to get 60 yards. That's incredible defense they've been playing over there. El Tato says Monty or Fuller at flex PPR. I think you're rolling Fuller here, buddy.
Yeah,
Fuller in a great matchup.
It should be a high over/under, big shootout. Love that.
Green Bay and Houston have the highest Vegas implied team totals this week. So Vegas thinks those will be the highest scoring 2 teams, and they're facing off. I like that. Nick Miner says, morning, boys. What's going on?
Good morning.
Nick? Welcome in. He says, let's eat some W's this Sunday. Yeah, we'll get our Jameis Winston on.
I need it.
Let's eat some W's this morning. How you feel about playing Montgomery and CEH and sitting Swift? I could play him in the flex if I sit Robbie Anderson. Appreciate it as always. Yeah, I think get all 3 of those running backs in your lineup if you can.
Yeah.
Montgomery, CH, and Swift over Robbie Anderson. I would agree with those 3 plays. I think those set you up pretty nicely.
Yeah.
I think even in PPR with CEH and Swift catching balls there, they're going to help you out.
Yeah, I think that you should definitely be, like we said at the beginning of the show, Atlanta on average giving up 7 passes to the running back position on average per week. So you should see DeAndre Swift get a lot of that work. And then we also talked about Rappaport putting out a tweet saying that DeAndre Swift should get more workload as well. So I like that one.
Just a reminder that both Emmanuel Sanders and Michael Thomas out for this week. So that means Traequan Smith becomes an interesting play here this week as a guy getting all the volume over there. Also, DeAndre Hopkins, it was reported last night, he is expected to play this week. So if you're worried about that ankle injury, worry no more.
Yeah.
Because he will be
You probably and just moving forward a little bit of like caution warning, like he does this all the time. This is not out of the ordinary. He often will not practice throughout the week, have some kind of nagging injury, and he plays on Sundays, and he usually beasts on Sundays even with the lagging injury. So you should be okay there. Ooh, this is a good one. Garrett. Good morning, Garrett. Flex Swift or Justin Jackson in standard, Travis. So Justin Jackson is going to be giving it a go. Either came off the injury report or was, I believe he came off the injury report yesterday. So Justin Jackson looking to get an increase in roles. We thought that was going to be Joshua Kelly 2 weeks ago. It ended up being Justin Jackson. So where are you? Are you Justin Jackson or DeAndre Swift this week in flex?
This one's a tough one. This one is tough. I would go with Swift. I think the upside's there for me. Justin Jackson, yes, he got 20 touches. Yeah, he did decent. You know, he wasn't bad and he wasn't good or great, I should say, with those 20 touches. You like to see him getting the receiving work, but I think that DeAndre Swift is going to have one of those, week winning upsides when he's out there and they're giving him more work. And I don't know if Justin Jackson gets you there. It is a nice matchup against Jacksonville. They are more than a touchdown favorite in that game, so you like that. But I also think that could play well for Josh Kelly and more of a grinder game for them as they try to grind it out. They already know that Justin Jackson has this knee injury. They activated a running back off the practice squad coming into today. So they know it's there. They're aware of it. I think this could be more of a Kelly game just to try and save Jackson in a game that they don't really need to, do too much to win against the Jaguars. No offense to any Jaguars fans that are in the chat. Are you guys concerned about Mixon and Sanders' injuries? I mean, yeah, Justin, there's obviously some concern there, especially with Sanders, who's kind of been a guy that's been banged up before. Mixon also has had injuries in his past, but it sounds like, with both of these guys, they're going to be back sooner than later. So if you need wins, I could understand moving, but make sure you're getting startable running backs back that get volume, because that's what these guys are when they're in your lineup, and you don't want to be giving up that value just to save face, so to speak. Zachary Coleman says, half-point PPR, would you feel more comfortable with Bell in a snow game or Keelan Cole with Shark healthy all week, healthy this whole week? I honestly, I'm not starting Bell anywhere I can help it. I think that Bell still needs to learn this offense. I think he's going to be activated as a body out there, and they'll have maybe he falls in for a touchdown if you're lucky. But I think it's going to be another CEH game, and I think that's how they're going to run this. And then I don't mind Keelan Cole. It's not a great matchup for him outside against Casey Hayward right now, but I do think that Cole could get some looks as they're trying to come back in this game. If there's other guys on your waiver though, like MVS, and you can afford to drop somebody there's MVS, there's Adam Humphries, there's maybe even Christian Kirk's out there for you still. I don't know. There's some good matchups that are laying around on the waiver right now. Tyson Trick says AJ Dillon or Odell at the flex, Johnny. I mean, I think it's Odell, right?
Yeah, Odell.
PPR, yeah, definitely Odell Beckham. I'm not sure that AJ Dillon will get any targets this week. He hasn't got any targets yet.
Yeah.
Strother Knight says Jamal Williams or Gio, full point PPR. Put Jamal in there. Love Jamal's matchup. Number two defense, against number two defense, most susceptible defense against fantasy running backs is Houston. So, and Jamal Williams has been getting a lot of passing work. So, Traequan Smith to have a huge game with not Thomas and not Sanders. Yeah, I think he's going to have a decent game. He should get the volume and like what we've seen. Traequan, his floor comes up when he's not peppered with the early targets that Drew Brees likes to throw. But that's because Sanders was getting those in that case. And with Sanders gone, it could be a Cook game. Don't get me wrong. Jared Cook could be that guy. But I really think, Traequan Smith's going to have a nice game this week. Oh, Zachary's saying it's dynasty, not a lot of waiver input. Yeah, then I would still rock with Keelan Cole, Zach. I don't think it's too bad of a play over what you had going on there. So just wait a little bit on Bell. I think maybe one more week, and I think you'll be. He's definitely a guy you're going to be happier that he went off on your bench, especially in dynasty,
Mm-hmm.
than if you started him and nothing happens yet. What's up, y'all? Monty or Jamal Williams full point PPR? That's a pretty good one, Johnny.
That is pretty good. I would go. I like the matchup for Jamal more than Monty this week, so I would go Jamal Williams over Monty.
I like it. I like it. Matthew Martinez, another one for you here, Johnny. AJ Brown or Tyler Lockett? Good problems to have.
Yeah, really good problems to have. I have to check my. You know what? I would go with AJ Brown on this one. I do think that his floor is a little bit safer than Tyler Lockett. The matchup for Tyler Lockett isn't that scary going up against the Arizona Cardinals defense. Obviously, AJ Brown going up against Pittsburgh is a much more difficult matchup per se. But I do think that I would end up. I feel more confident and comfortable rolling out AJ Brown than Tyler Lockett. Is that how you feel, Travis? It's real close to me. I have them really close.
I think because that game's such a high over under, and AJ's going against a Pittsburgh defense that's been pretty good, I might lean Lockett.
Is this standard or is it standard or PPR? That would kind of make a difference too. Because if it's PPR, I feel confident in AJ Brown getting enough targets to overcome. But if it's just standard, I think I would just go with Tyler Lockett as the upside play because the matchup's there, and if you're not having to worry about like getting a lot of reception, it's not PPR. If it's just standard. Yeah, he said standard. So I think I would lead Tyler Lockett in a standard, right, Travis?
Yeah, I think so. I like Tyler Lockett. I just think the volume is probably going to be there in case AJ Brown. I think AJ Brown's floor is a little worse in my opinion. I think the matchup's a little bit better for Tyler Lockett, and he's tied to the more consistent, better quarterback. And it's by a hair, right? Like we like
right.
all the things that Tennessee and AJ are doing, but I think I'd lean Tyler Lockett. Ronald Jones or Jamal Williams PPR flex.
I would roll Ronald Jones out still.
Yeah, I think Jones is still like back-to-back or 3 straight games of 100-plus yards. You're loving that.
Yeah.
Jin says, I've got Kupp, Lamb, and Claypool. Who should I start? I think you're starting Claypool here.
Yeah.
Cooper Kupp is interesting. I think that
the Bears only allowing one reception or one touchdown to opposing wide receivers. Now Robert Woods should grab, and I quote unquote should, because according to Pro Football Focus, they're saying that Fuller should be on the Bears corner. Fuller should be on Robert Woods. So that would mean basically that Cooper Kupp would then have the secondary corner, which you like that matchup. That's the one that gives up. That was why DJ Moore had the big game last week, and you didn't see it from Robbie Anderson. So Cooper Kupp should fall into that. But you're looking at Lamb. I think I actually would go Kupp in this situation. Is this PPR? I wish we knew.
yeah, I think Kupp's fine. I think Kupp or Claypool are fine. I really like Claypool's upside, so I think that's probably why I'd lean Claypool. But with Deontay Johnson back, we don't know. So, maybe you go with Kupp. Varun Vendentham. I hope that's all right. Select 2, DJ Moore, Will Fuller, DJ Shark, T. Higgins, PPR. Select 2. So I'm going to go with Shark. And then I'm going to go with Fuller. PPR, yeah. I'm going to go with Fuller and Shark. Look, Shark should see a ton of volume. Saw 14 targets last week. Obviously didn't connect on a lot of those. But this is a game that they're not favored in, that they're supposed to be coming back in. I like DJ Shark to get a lot of volume. and be your PPR floor. And then Will Fuller's just got the upside of all these players to really explode in a high team total. The Cooper Kupp question was in standard, Matthew's saying. Oh, no, that's A.J. Brown, Tyler Lockett. That's standard. Okay. Go Crazy TV, T. Higgins or Robbie Anderson, Johnny? I think I'm going T. Higgins here.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go T. Higgins. The thought crossed my mind, like, am I trying to get too cute here? But it's Robbie Anderson. It's Robbie Anderson. Are we really going to, like, maybe, I don't know if after 8 games or 7 games, I want to be like, am I getting too cute with Robbie Anderson? I think I would still play the matchup and go T. Higgins here over Robbie Anderson. But it's close.
Zachary Coleman says, I have 5 leagues, so I have too many questions. That's what we're here for, brother.
Yeah.
Full point PPR, would you play Ayuk in a tough matchup or roll with Corey Davis in his first game back from COVID? Also starting A.J. Brown. Not really concerned if you're starting both here, but Ayuk scares me a little bit this week. Deebo Samuel back. Defensive attention should be on George Kittle. So then I think that means Deebo Samuel kind of has the game here, or the running backs. I would. Oh man, this is tough because Corey Davis is kind of secondary as well.
Yeah, I would actually go with Ayuk in this situation because I'm hesitant on the matchup already with Tennessee or against Tennessee, going against Pitt, and then I do totally understand what you think. Like, I do expect Deebo Samuel to continue to get an increase in role, but they do like Brandon Ayuk over there, and I do think Corey Davis takes a major third seat behind Jonnu and A.J. Brown in targets. So I think that's where I would lean. I would go.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
Yeah.
I don't mind that at all. We got 17 watching here with us. Thank you, Whisper Nation,
Appreciate
for
you guys
joining us. We got about 27 more minutes here on this live stream. Trying to get your lineups all set so you can take home those W's this week. We've got 17 of you watching, only 11 likes. If you guys could get those likes up, that would help us boost this video. And then, of course, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit us with a subscribe. We are putting out fresh content every single day of the week to get you ready, to help you kind of ease the pain of any fantasy losses, to help you bask in the glory of a fantasy win, to help you pick up the right waiver guys. We're doing it all over here at the Fantasy Whisper. So please give us a sub if you can.
Let us know if you sub. We'll give you a shout out on the show. Let us know in the comments.
Yeah. Darps 88, Lamb or Higgins, non-flex, PPR standard. I'm rolling with Higgins here. I think that I love Lamb, and I think that he's been great, but we don't know what we're going to get out of Dalton. And Burrow's in a nice matchup here against Cleveland. That secondary has been really bad. So I'd be rolling with Higgins. Johnny Varun says Mike Williams or Deontay Johnson, PPR flex.
I'm gonna go Deontay Johnson in this matchup.
Really?
Yeah. It's I do get the concerns, like Deontay Johnson hasn't gotten out of the first quarter in the last 2 games, but I love the matchup against Tennessee this week, and that's where I would go. I'm not a big fan of the matchup either for.
I'd take Mike Williams. I think going up against Jacksonville, I guess if Jacksonville doesn't keep it competitive, I guess you could see a game where he has a low floor. Justin Young says, would you guys go with A.J. Dillon, Frank Gore, or LaMichael Pirine in full point PPR? I would go with the upside of Dillon here. I think that's hopefully he falls in for a touchdown. I don't want anything part of the Jets backfield, especially against Buffalo. They're major underdogs. I think the running game could easily get phased out. Matthew P, chocolate chip, oatmeal raisin, or sugar cookie? Chocolate chip. It's not even close. Oatmeal raisin is garbage. It should never have been a cookie.
Wait a second. No, don't. Whoa, you were fine. You were fine with the chocolate chip and then leaving it there. Like, you don't have to insult oatmeal
cookies.
Oatmeal raisin cookies are bomb, dude.
Trash.
No,
I will rage quit.
You literally have never had a good.
Are you kidding me?
You have never had a good oatmeal raisin then.
Yeah, because not a good one doesn't exist.
I will make you one. I will give you. I have had some good oatmeal raisin. raisin cookies.
The only oatmeal raisin cookies that are good are the ones where they take the raisins out, throw them in the trash, and they put chocolate chips in
No,
there.
that's not true.
Give me an oatmeal chocolate chip cookie.
Hold on. Have you ever had an oatmeal
raisin?
chocolate chip cookie hot out of the oven that is just it's
goo? Chocolate chips fine.
No, I said oatmeal.
I don't want raisin.
Oh, I think I said oatmeal
in my cookie. Yeah,
unreal.
All right, Jose Morales says, "What should I do about Josh Jacobs' O-line? Should I pick up Williams or what should I do?" I mean, pick up Williams.
Yeah,
for sure.
I would.
Find a way to get Williams in your lineup. Yeah, I do that. It's not even the O-line, which 4 of the 5 starters. I'll repeat this: 4 of the 5 starters for the Vegas line are actually back in now. They've been activated, so they're good. And I think you're rolling with Jacobs, but like I understand benching him for Williams because Williams' matchup is so good.
Yeah,
and Jacobs' matchup is so bad.
Right.
F Ballin 12 says Cam Newton or Deshaun Watson. Oh, you're rolling Deshaun Watson all day, every day today. High over under, highest team total. You're rocking that.
Yeah.
MYXT Mad Lad, Terry McLaurin or Keenan Allen. Every ranking has McLaurin higher, but Keenan is projected 17th. Yeah, I'd be rolling Keenan Allen here. I think Keenan Allen continuously eats with Justin Herbert. And I don't know why.
I mean, Terry McLaurin has a juicy matchup.
Yeah, I mean, I understand the matchups there, but he's also been a little more inconsistent this year. Keenan Allen is who I would go with. Start Ronald Jones or David Johnson.
I would go. Oh, this is a tough one. I'm gonna go David Johnson. I just like the matchup there. He's been steady Eddie, and then as well as we need to also monitor Leonard Fournette was off the injury report completely, so I do expect Leonard Fournette to now get some touches. Do I expect Ronald Jones to not be the lead carrier in this backfield this week? No, I do expect it to be Ronald Jones still, but I do think that they will get Leonard Fournette involved in this, and so it's not just going to be the Rojo show that we've seen over the last few weeks. So that is why I would be leaning Jamal Williams this week over Rojo, and against
no, it's David Johnson.
Or sorry, and then David Johnson. David Johnson's going against.
Oh yeah, I see. I see.
Yeah,
my bad. Yeah, I mean, I think both. I mean, David Johnson's going against Green Bay. That's a hugely great matchup there. Hugely great.
Hugely great. We love that.
Yeah. Rajveer Stott says, I have mine, Davis and Gurley starting. Should I flex Drake, Swift, Edmonds, or Lindsey? Oh, Mike Davis and Gurley starting. Okay. And then he wants to know if he should flex Drake, Swift, or Edmonds, or Lindsey. I think maybe Drake here.
Yeah, I think I would.
Drake. He got right a little bit. I know it's hard to trust him, but I think it's a decent over/under there, and I think he could fall in for a touchdown in this game if Kyler doesn't rush them all in himself.
Right. Yeah, you like the volume that he's gonna get. He's gonna get 17 to 20 touches. So yeah, I would put Drake in there.
Word. Let's see here. Is Gallaudet a good matchup against Atlanta? Yes, Gallaudet is a good matchup, kind of regardless.
Yeah,
this is a great matchup. High over under. They're going to need him to get going against Atlanta. Rajveer says subbed and turned on notifications.
Yeah, my buddy.
Thank you very much, sir.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate that. He and 19 others are watching right now. We've got 15 likes. Let's get those likes up. Would appreciate that so we can get rocking and rolling here. Manuel Gomez says, do I start T. Higgins or DJ Moore? Best channel. Thank you, Manuel. We
appreciate you, Manuel.
Appreciate you. I would go with T. Higgins here. I know DJ Moore is good. I know he's been disappointing this year. I still think he's a great buy low, but T. Higgins is maybe T. Higgins over the last few weeks has been putting up good volume, has been putting up good points, and now faces maybe his best matchup of the year. I think you got to roll with T. Higgins here. With some confidence. And I know it may be looking like it's cute. He is a rookie wide receiver, so maybe that happens. This team is throwing so much all over the place. The volume's going to be there for Higgins this week. Darius Rice says, what's going on, guys? What's up, Darius?
What's up, Darius?
DJ Shark, Cole Beasley, Tim Patrick, Chris Godwin, start 2. Whisper Nation, hashtag Whisper Nation. Hashtag Whisper Nation. Okay,
Yeah.
so I think we're starting DJ Shark. I think that's and I think you're starting Chris Godwin.
Yeah.
Look, I know you want to try and I know we're a little concerned about maybe that Vegas Tampa Bay game or maybe even DJ Shark, but those are your guys, and those are the guys that are going to have the best shot to get volume out of this 4.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Zachary Coleman says subbed a couple weeks ago, and today was my first time in the Q&A. Appreciate you, Zach. Turned on notifications to all day. Looking forward to future content. Thanks again for the input. Best of luck to everyone's matchups, except for the people you're playing against.
Yeah, exactly.
Appreciate you, Zach. I love the kind words. You guys are all the reasons we do this thing, man. We love bringing you guys the content. Justin Young, come on, bro. Oatmeal is my favorite.
Yeah, look at that. There we go.
Dog, what a disgrace. Yeah, look, Justin, that's fine. You and Johnny can be wrong at the same time. that is possible. You're both wrong, and oatmeal raisin cookies are complete.
Dude, I'm gonna change your mind. I'm gonna change your mind on this. I'm gonna change your mind on this, and I'm gonna film it, record it, and we're gonna show it to Whisper Nation. You changing your mind on oatmeal raisin cookies, dude?
There's no way.
It's happening. It's happening.
All cookies are great fresh out of the oven. Yeah, I mean,
amen.
That's how I love my cookies.
Amen.
For sure, but not all. Yeah, Nick Miner. I'm Team Trav. Chocolate chip all the way. Even better than an apple fritter. Nick Miner with the deep dive, bringing up the apple fritter from a couple weeks ago.
True that.
That was another debate that we had to get into. But yes, chocolate chip cookies are the best. They're not only the best, they're way better than the fake oatmeal raisin cookies that try to claim to be cookies. You know what that is? That's your grandma's breakfast, dude. Like you
okay,
just
what's wrong with oatmeal, dude? Oatmeal's great. It's hearty. It's hearty. It's good for your heart, dude.
When I want some oats, dude, I'll go and be 70 years old. For now, give me a chocolate chip cookie, buddy. T. Higgins or Mike Evans?
T. Higgins. Yeah, I'm going T. Higgins.
Wow, that's the world we're living in.
Yeah, I don't like the matchup this week for Mike Evans at all. Wow, I can't believe I just said that, actually. That sounds hideous.
I mean, the thing is, with Chris Godwin in the lineup, Johnny.
Yeah.
I mean, Mike Evans has been just an absolute floor play and a non-existent floor.
Well,
check this out. Three games with Chris Godwin. Mike Evans has 4 targets, 2 targets. 3 games with Mike Evans, he has 1 catch, 2 catch, 1 catch. 3 games with Mike Evans, he's lived off touchdowns.
Yeah.
And this last week, he only had 1.5 points, in half-point PPR formats.
And then
that's not getting it done for you. When Godwin is on the field, they just don't have the same connection, he and Tom Brady. I'm worried about Mike Evans.
Not only that, but then you look at what Pro Football Focus has. They have him lined up against Nevlin Lawson, who is giving up 0.17 fantasy points per route ran. So just for reference, because you're like, okay, 0.17 per route ran. If he runs 60 routes, that's a good fantasy day for Johnny. Game time. What are you doing? But for reference, Jalen Ramsey, who's considered one of the best lockdown corners right now in football, is only giving up 0.16 fantasy points per route run this year. So you can compare, he's just slightly, at least on for analytics wise, just a slight downgrade than Ramsey is. So I would not play him this week if I can not do that. And if it's T. Higgins versus Mike Evans. It sounds wild, but yeah, I would probably play T. Higgins over Mike Evans this week.
Rodgers says s'mores cookies are undefeated. Don't at me.
I don't know if I've ever had a s'more cookie.
Do
you say a s'more?
Raisin cookie.
Would you say a normal s'more is a cookie? Because I don't think that's a cookie.
No, that's not what he's talking about, though.
Like an actual s'more cookie?
Yeah, you're putting a little bit of marshmallow in there, a little bit of graham cracker. You're putting a little bit of chocolate chunks.
Who has time for that?
People that bake, Johnny. Unlike
hold on,
there's savants of the world that actually bake real cookies and desserts. Unlike the trash that is oatmeal raisin.
Dude, no. What are you talking about?
Anyways, we've got to keep going here. Start Ronald Jones or David Johnson. I think we answered that one above.
Yeah.
You're rolling with David Johnson here. Do I expect more out of Traequan Smith with Panthers, CB Douglas on the COVID list? Yeah, and then, of course, Emmanuel Sanders and Michael Thomas out. You're firing up Traequan if you need to, and you're doing it with some confidence. Is Gallaudet good against Atlanta? Yep. Answered that one. He's going to be rocking and rolling. Josh Castillo, Aaron Rodgers or Justin Herbert, half-point PPR.
Rodgers?
Josh, I would roll with Rodgers, and I understand that Herbert's been really good and Rodgers had a bad game. Rodgers has the highest implied team total this week. They are only 3.5-point favorites over Houston, so Vegas thinks it'll be competitive. Meanwhile, Herbert is in a game where they're 8-point favorites. I think Herbert could get game scripted out of this one if Jacksonville can't keep it competitive. So I would be rolling with Rodgers. I think he gives you the best chance. King Existence, Johnny, this one's for you. Ronald Jones or Jamal Williams?
I was going to pass this one to you.
Oh, I just passed it to you.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Jamal Williams on this one. I like the matchup. Once again, Ronald Jones, not the greatest matchup against the Las Vegas Raiders, and they're supposed to get Leonard Fournette back. So that has me a little bit worried and a little bit cautious. So I would go with Jamal Williams.
Lud Icy says Kamara or Elliott. This, I don't understand how you could have this situation unless you were in a keeper league maybe and you lucked out with him.
Yeah, maybe.
But I will say this.
Kamara.
I think it's Elliott. I think it's Kamara. Sorry. I think it's Kamara this week.
I thought I was about to
pure
like,
volume.
Oh.
Matt Stifler. What's up, guys? Good to be back here. What's up, Matt? Welcome
What's
back.
up?
Says Josh Kelly, McKinnon, or Robert Woods in my flex. Standard scoring. Ooh, Johnny. I think maybe McKinnon.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go McKinnon.
It is a tough matchup.
It is a tough matchup, but Woods also has a very difficult matchup against Fuller. And like we said, Joshua Kelly, we can't guarantee what his workload will be with Justin Jackson there. And he's got the fumbling issues. So McKinnon, at least we know, is going to get the start, and he should get the third down role, and and hopefully the goal line or near the goal line, the red zone work he should get. So I would go with McKinnon here.
What? Oh, that was Matt. Okay, Jonathan Whitaker says Gronk, Fells, Schultz, or Fant.
I would go.
For me, I think it's Fant.
Yeah,
I would go back in the lineup.
Love that.
We need to keep up with the Kansas City offense. I think he's going to be targeted a bunch today. Ben Tatum, Drake, or Jamal Williams, Johnny?
This one's tough for me. I think I would still go with Drake because I know that he is going to get the volume. I know he's going to get 17 to 20 touches in this game. And, I do like the Jamal Williams matchup, but I do think that they will get A.J. Dillon a little bit more involved than what Chase Edmonds would be involved. So I would go with Drake on this one. Not as good a matchup, but it's tough. This one is really close. And I, Travis, contradict me if you want. That's fine. I would concede that a little bit of this is, Cardinals, and I also have Drake, and that's what I would personally do. I would start Drake, and I am over Williams.
I think I would lean Jamal Williams. I think it's the high over-under. I think it's the high team total. I think it's that we've seen him be involved in the passing game where Drake has not been involved in the passing game, and that scares me. You have the situation in the red zone where Kyler Murray has robbed touchdowns of Drake and could continue to do so. I think there's just too much for me, and I understand the volume Drake we know will get the rushing volume, but in fantasy, those receiving looks are actually more valuable than rushes, and so I think I'd lean Jamal Williams here, but it's close, and I understand wanting to lean one way or the other. So hopefully we gave you some perspective there, Ben, and you're able to make a decision based on the gut there. JH says fantasy fritter cast. I love that. Darius Rice says peach cobbler or apple pie. Man, I might upset some people from the South here, but I really love me some apple pie, man. I love peach cobbler. Yeah, but I'm going to roll with apple pie. Fresh apple pie with a little bit of a crumbly crust on top. And then you put a little scoop of vanilla ice cream. Tillamook vanilla ice cream there. Woo!
See, if you do the same thing with peach cobbler, man, I am telling you.
Look, this isn't like a question between a chocolate chip cookie and an imitation.
This is very
BS.
True. Oh, it's not imitation.
Oatmeal raisin crap. This is two this is two A-list desserts going head-to-head. This is a heavyweight bout.
Yeah, that's very true.
But apple pie, there's nothing more American than apple pie.
So they say.
MYXT Mad Lad says, who you got, Steelers or Titans winning?
Steelers.
I'm going to give the Steelers. I love what the Titans are doing, but Steelers, man, I love what they're doing too, and I like the defense a little bit more there, so I'm going to give them the edge. Zonky Goose 707 says, McKinnon or Bernard? I like that name, by the way.
Yeah, that's
Zonky
awesome.
Goose coming in, trying to challenge Butt Sprinkle for the best YouTube name here. Or Cat's Pajamas, the Cat's Pajamas. Zonky Goose 707, McKinnon or Bernard, Johnny?
I would go Bernard in this one over McKinnon. Because I'm not concerned, or I can't guarantee all of the workload that McKinnon will get, and Gio looks to get the vast majority of that workload.
Matt Stifler says, I was able to snag Tucker off the waivers this morning. That's great.
Congratulations. Wow.
Bob Moore, Bernard or Jamal Williams, Johnny? I think we've answered this one before. I think it's Jamal Williams here.
Yeah. Jamal.
PPR leaning on starting Kupp and Higgins, sitting Claypool out. Even with the Bears secondary, I'm taking a shot with Kupp. I feel Deontay back will cut Claypool's targets. Thoughts? Winner takes first. There's a big matchup here for Blue Crew. All right, so we got a PPR. You've got Kupps, Higgins, and Claypool. And I think you're making the right choice here. I love Claypool, but it does feel like with Deontay back, you could be chasing points a little bit. And so I don't mind this play. You've got the upside of Higgins, another rookie wide receiver. And then you got Cooper Kupp. With all the things that Johnny mentioned about Kyle Fuller over on Robert Woods, this could be a Kupp game. And so I think you're smart to go with what you already were thinking there, Blue Crew. Justin Barker says flex A.J. Dillon, Gio Bernard, Brandon Cooks, or David Montgomery. I think I would roll with David Montgomery here. At least as far as volume's concerned, you can guarantee him the most. He's been getting involved in the passing game. I think that's who you roll with. Douglas Wilson, Johnny says OBJ, Cooks, or Boyd in a flex half-point PPR.
I would go Boyd on this one. I think Boyd because OBJ. You did see Jarvis Landry come off of the injury report completely yesterday. Now we know that they're not fully healthy, so take that for what it's worth. But Cincinnati is a pretty good matchup for corners. But I think that Boyd they're going to be down in this game. I expect Cleveland to run a little bit more today. And so I would go with Boyd. But very interesting, very good pieces here.
Yes, I agree with that. So Josh Castillo says, thanks, guys. Also, should I start Beasley over Claypool in my flex? No, I would actually go with Claypool here. You want the upside of Claypool over the floor of Beasley. I don't know if he goes off. I know you said here, Josh, you think he goes off. I actually think you've got a much better shot of Claypool going off. Just with the way they're using him in the red zone, the rushing attempts, all those things play really well for Claypool. Proddy Jimmel says, half-point.
Sorry, he did ask Fant or Tanyan. I would go Fant.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's good. It was said he snuck it in there. Lastly, Fant or Tanyan. It's actually Tanyan. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would go Fant here.
Or was it Tunyon?
Tunyon. It's Tunyon, like Funyun. Tunyon.
Like Funyun, yeah.
Yeah.
Proddy Jimmel says start 2 half-point PPR, Justin Jackson or Shark. Well, if you're starting 2...
Oh, he said Woods,
okay.
Justin
Jackson, or Shark.
I'm going Justin Jackson and Shark.
Yeah, I think that's not bad. I think that's not a bad play at all. Brett says, as a Raiders fan, it pains me to say I'm leaning towards starting Godwin over Josh Jacobs at flex. I have DK, McLaurin, Zeke, and James Conner starting in plus matchups. Thoughts, guys? Yeah, I actually think that's the right play. I think avoiding Josh Jacobs if you can has been a tough question we've been answering, but this to me isn't a tough substitute. Chris Godwin is a guy in a really good matchup that should feast, and he has feasted with Brady in the lineup. Like, he's been his favorite target. So I like Godwin this week, and I think that's a great play over Josh Jacobs. Kevin D says Odell or DJ Shark or Bernard.
I'm going DJ Chark.
I think if this is standard, I'd roll with Giovanni Bernard here.
Yeah, that's true.
But if it's PPR, I like Shark this week. MYXT Mad Lad says subbed. Keep it up, guys. Oh,
Appreciate you, man. Oh, that feels good.
Love it. If you guys are new to the channel, please hit us with a subscribe. We're putting out fresh content every day, trying to help you guys win.
Let us know in the comments, and we'll give you a shout out. Makes our day.
Yeah. Keegan Bennett says Lindsey or Bell PPR, Breeze or Newton. I'd be going Cam Newton here, and I'd be going Phillip Lindsay.
Yep.
I just don't trust Le'Veon Bell this week. I know that may come back to bite me. Maybe he goes off. But what I've been reading is he may just not be all the way up on the playbook just yet. Joey Hoover says, David Johnson versus Green Bay or Allen Robinson versus the Rams. I am getting David Johnson in my lineup here. This is a smash start. And I know Allen Robinson's been getting targeted a bunch, but he'll be getting a healthy dose of Jalen Ramsey. And no team in the NFL is allowing less points to wide receivers than the Rams right now.
All right, Travis, we got Gliz here asking Carson at running back 1, confused at RB2, Giovanni or Rojo full PPR. Kicking this to you because you need this one.
I am going to go with Rojo. I think the bottom line is Rojo has been consistent. 3 straight games of 100-plus yards. This is a game where Tampa Bay could easily roll over Las Vegas, I think, and that could spell a really good game script for Rojo. Douglas Wilson says, thanks, guys. Great show. Appreciate you, Doug.
Appreciate you, Doug.
Seth O says, CeeDee Lamb or Claypool, Johnny?
Ooh, this one's real tough. Obviously, that's why he's asking us this. I would go with Claypool on this one over CD. Yeah, give me Claypool this week. This is wild.
Well, things have just changed, man. It's hard to trust what we're going to see out of Dalton each week.
Yeah.
I need to see one primetime game or one non-primetime game with Dalton, see if he can kind of bounce back. But I just don't trust it. And Claypool has just been such a focal point of their offense the last couple of weeks. Julio Villa says, Jamal Williams or Drake in standard. I'm going to go with Jamal Williams. We answered this question above. Johnny likes Drake in this situation. I like Jamal Williams. The reason Johnny likes Drake is he thinks that he can guarantee the rushing volume over Jamal Williams. He thinks that he could fall in for a touchdown. We are worried maybe about A.J. Dillon cutting off more than Chase Edmonds has been able to cut off in that work share. For me, Jamal Williams gets the nod because he's been worked in the passing game, and Drake has not been. This is a high over-under. You've got the Packers as one of the highest implied team totals, if not the highest implied. So give me Jamal Williams there. So hopefully we provide you with some perspective there. You're able to make the right choice. Sam, Bill, Chris Carson or Mike Davis, and Hill or Lockett. I would be going with
Chris Carson.
Yeah, Chris Carson and Tyreek Hill here.
Yeah.
Although, yeah, I would go Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
I know it's a snow game, but I just think.
Well, did you see the snow? Like, okay, I gotta say this because like I'm thinking like, oh my gosh, there's gonna be like a blizzard, dude. The snow is like it looks like Captain Frost, or Jack Frost just came barely. Like they're gonna be fine there in Kansas City. Pat Mahomes is used to that. If anything, I think it helps Tyreek Hill because he could slip a long one easier because of this. So. I don't think
slip.
He could slip. Yeah, you're right. That.
Gus Ramos, what's up, brother? Welcome in. Appreciate you. Brett says, thanks. One more, Robert Woods or Deontay Johnson. I can also start Drake if needed. So, Johnny, Robert Woods, Deontay Johnson, or Kenyon Drake?
I would go Kenyon Drake. Once again, I can confirm the volume that he's gonna get. If I were to rank those 3 personally, it would be Drake, Deontay Johnson, then Robert Woods, just because of the matchup with Robert Woods pulling Fuller for Chicago.
Brady Marzella says pick one, James Robinson, Gio Bernard, or Justin Jackson. Give me Justin Jackson here. The plus matchup, he's going to be favored. I think I like that one a little bit more here. And I did see him worked in the passing game, which excites me, so I like Justin Jackson. Walker Bass says, well, I'm glad my decision for Crowder or Dillon from the other day, since Aaron Jones is out, became easy for me. Uh-huh. And Crowder not going to play either, so that one worked out for you.
Yeah, that's nice.
The Dude says James Robinson or Robbie Anderson PPR, Johnny.
I'm going to go with James Robinson on this one.
Gus Ramos with some great words. We love you, Gus. One of our original guys here coming in. Says you guys are awesome, most reliable. Last week was projected to lose by 20, and your advice got me the win. Now playing this week for first. Love to hear it. Love to see it, Gus. Keep it up, and we'll keep trying to get you there. All right, we got a rapid fire to close this thing out.
All right.
Sam Bill says, I have Zeke, Carson, Hill, Lockett, CeeDee Lamb, Julio, Hopkins, Gurley, Mike Davis. Who do I start with our wide receiver running back flex? Well,
okay. You're doing Zeke and
going
Carson.
Zeke and Chris Carson.
You're going Hill and Jesus. I would go Hill, Julio, Hopkins. Those are the three that I would play.
You'd start all three of those over Mike Davis in the flex?
Yes.
Okay. I might lean starting. You said Hill, Julio, and Hopkins?
Yeah, the only one
I think that's right. I think that's right. CJ Coleman, who should I play? Wide receiver 2 and flex. DJ Moore, AJ Brown, T. Higgins, and Chase Claypool. You're going to roll with. Oh, man.
Wait, hold on. Who should I play?
You're starting 2 of these. DJ Moore, AJ Brown, T. Higgins, and Chase Claypool.
hate to ask who your wide receiver 1 is.
I would go with AJ Brown and T. Higgins, I think, here.
Yeah, I think that's
at flex. CD or Josh Jacobs. By the way, this is a great show. Thanks for answering every question I have. Just subbed.
Appreciate you, Seth.
Appreciate you, Seth. At flex, CD or Josh Jacobs. I would be going with Josh Jacobs.
Yeah.
I'm just a little bit concerned about CD with Dalton. Brady Marzella says Cooper Kupp or Chase Claypool.
Give me Cooper Kupp. I do like Chase, but once again, with Deontay Johnson, I can't guarantee he's going to be getting the same volume that he was the last few weeks. Cooper Kupp, like we said, should pull the second corner for Chicago, which is a rookie who has been giving up the big plays for that defense, if anyone. So I think I would roll with Cooper Kupp on this and not get cute with it.
Sam Bill trying to get us with some fake news says Julio got traded to the Raiders just now. Come on.
Unreal, dude.
Help my fantasy team. I'm bad, says Bridgewater or Minshew. I would be rolling Bridgewater, and it's strictly because the news came out. The news came out today that Minshew may be benched if he continues to struggle. So I don't want to put that in my lineup.
Yeah, no, that was.
Hey Manzair says got one Chase Edmonds or Latavius Murray full point PPR.
Got one Chase Edmonds.
I go with PPR.
Yeah. Well,
I think with the PPR, I'm going Chase Edmonds here. He's actually been worked in the passing game. You might have to keep up with Seattle. I could see a lot of Chase Edmonds getting worked in the passing game here.
The contrary, or the other side of that is Latavius Murray for New Orleans. You're looking at that matchup. Everyone and their mother is out. I do expect Latavius Murray to get between 10 and 14 touches. He's already been seeing about 35% snap share this season. So you get that, and he would have a chance to get some goal line carries actually there as well. I guess Chase Edmonds as well. But if you look at the matchup against Carolina giving up more fantasy points to opposing running backs than almost every other team this year. So that's where I would just lean a little bit closer to Latavius Murray this year. But I do think that Chase is a fine flex play as well. So I don't think you could really go wrong because they will use him tonight as well.
Help my fantasy team. I'm bad. James Robinson or Will Fuller at the flex. Give me Fuller here. I think Robinson could get scripted out as big underdogs. Justin Wang says full point PPR, Chris Godwin or Will Fuller. I think I might go Will Fuller here.
Yeah, give me Will Fuller.
A lot of mouths in Tampa. I think he's just going to be a better bet here to get it done. Wide receiver 1 is Julio. Thanks for the advice. I appreciate it. Yeah, no problem, CJ. Appreciate that. Darius Rice, if Watkins is out next week, would you take a chance on Robinson against the Jets?
Yes.
Yes.
He's been looking good. He's been looking like this. He's been taking that Sammy Watkins role.
Is this a good trade? I'm trading Claypool and AB for Allen Robinson in a different league. I would probably wait on that, but I don't mind it, I guess.
Yeah, actually,
Should I
yeah, I
play
would wait. I
Claypool?
would wait on that.
I want to see what's going to happen with AB. So should I play Claypool or Fuller or Robinson or Gallaudet? Oh, okay. So he's got Claypool or Fuller. You're going to go with Will Fuller. And then Robinson or Gallaudet, I would say you go with Gallaudet here.
Yeah.
All right. Whisper Nation, appreciate the time, the effort, appreciate the likes and the subs.
Melvin Gordon, Seth. Sorry, I just read his thing. Travis,
no worries.
Melvin Gordon.
Didn't want to give up that perfect record on all of Seth's questions.
Yeah, so exactly.
For Johnny Game Time Hicks, I'm Big Travie. We are the Fantasy Whisperers. Good luck today. Get that W, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.
Peace. Please like and subscribe.